Spider-Man Brand New Day is potentially my favorite Spider-Man movie in years, but let me be frank. Anyways, yikes. It just has that comic book feeling in a movie that I've been looking for since like Endgame, honestly, and it just, it's so good to see. My boy Tom Holland finally did it. Like, he even managed to sprinkle MCU characters throughout, which was just beautiful to see, and it did it nicely, unlike previous entries, such as Far From Home.
Now, look at the baby mountain goat!
Now, with all that being said, I do have my issues with the movie. And I'm really not trying to be a hater, I swear. It's just, I've loved this character since I was a kid, and I have issues. Just hear me out.
No.
I also just want to say there will be spoilers in this video. Now, this film has tons of pros going for it. We finally have good web swinging in New York City. It's a great intro scene, like with him going off the buildings and swinging through and just fighting the past characters, which is exactly kind of what I thought they were going to do. So I'm really happy they went that route. It has great Spidey moments, it has great action, and it has like an amazing suit. Like, it's top tier for sure. I'm still debating if it's better than Andrew's and Tobey's, like Andrew's second one. I do love Tobey's Spider-Man 2 suit a lot though, so I don't know. Now, my major con here is the use of MJ and Ned in this movie, and I'm just mad that they are still in this story with Peter Parker. Let's bring in some new characters for him. There's so many characters in the comics that can be brought in. I don't understand why we keep on bringing Ned and MJ back. I get it, because they're important to Peter here, but like, I don't care about them. But when you really think about how No Way Home ended, it just feels like such a waste to that ending to just bring them back in here. I don't know, I was really hoping that he would meet maybe Harry Osborn, maybe he'd be in college and meet Gwen or something like that. That was like my hopes for this movie. But unfortunately they brought Ned and MJ back and did that whole thing again. Now, although Zendaya does a fantastic job when she is Jean Grey in that one scene, like when Jean Grey is like possessing her, going, "Ooh, touch me, Peter, feel me," like, that's crazy. But like, that stuff's great, and I'm not saying they're bad actors at all. Like, they do good in this movie. It's just, I don't like it. And although MJ does admit to Peter that she doesn't have feelings for him, which I love that, by the way, I just find we did not need to see more of her character afterwards, except for perhaps the scene on the rooftop near the end of the movie. I didn't need to see Peter go up to their apartment, talk to Ned, and do that whole bit. That just seemed wasted to me and not needed. I can argue there's some case for Ned to be in this movie, because I do enjoy the scene of Peter following him home and going like to that party. That was actually one of the highlights of the movie for me. I did like seeing that. That was good. But I think his character should have ended there, and I don't think we should have seen him throughout anymore. Next big complaint about this movie is that there isn't enough Peter Parker stuff in here, which I know seems odd because I do understand that that is kind of the point of this movie. It's Spider-Man. He is only Spider-Man. He only has time for Spider-Man. He doesn't want to be Peter Parker because no one knows who he is. He doesn't have a life outside of being Spider-Man anymore, which I do like that aspect. But the parts of this movie that I did enjoy, like I said, was him being at that party and feeling like alone. And that stuff was great, and I wish we got to see Peter maybe working at somewhere. Like, I'm not saying it has to be the Daily Bugle, because I get it, we've done that. And this world seems almost too advanced for Peter to do that stuff, because he's a smart guy. But even if we saw him in college, interacting with new people, ignoring new friend opportunities and stuff like that, I think that would have been great to see throughout here. Like, I don't know, maybe even if he's trying to date, move on. Just a scene of that. That would have been great to see here. I don't know, man. They should get me in that writer's room, I swear to God. But you're really trying to tell me that they convince us that Peter is jobless in this movie and affording that apartment? I get whatever, he gets that free, like, place above his actual apartment or whatever. But, like, why? I'm sorry, in New York City, that shit would cost a fortune! Don't even lie to me. Same goes for Ned and MJ. How are they affording that place, bro? They're jobless, just out of school, move to New York and get that sick-ass flat? What are we talking about, bro? In my opinion, Jean Grey being the villain was a major disappointment for me. And there was lots of rumors of it being Jean Grey, and I doubted it myself, because why would Jean Grey be involved in a Spider-Man movie? And now that I see how they did it, like, I don't know. Just Spider-Man has a phenomenal rogues gallery. You got Doc Ock, Electro, Lizard, Green Goblin, we got all of these villains, and there's so many more that are out there too. Like, we even saw Tombstone and Scorpion in this movie. Imagine if those were the main villains of this movie, and Tombstone was like taking over New York City and like sending goons like Scorpion out to for Spider-Man stuff. That is what I want to see, man. Now, that being said, how they implemented Jean Grey into this story was done quite well, okay? I won't lie about that. I think that they made it work. They did decent with it, but I just feel like for a whole movie, it was a waste of a villain because it felt like we were just setting up a new saga of the MCU with the X-Men, which I understand. That's what Kevin Feige wants to do. Let him do what he wants. Just seemed really odd. I don't know. Now, another big con for me about this movie was the Hand. I think it's interesting that Spider-Man fought them. That part's cool, but why? Like, you're trying to tell me that the Hand, this organization in Daredevil that was like doing all this shit. I haven't seen season 2 of Daredevil in a fat minute. I'm not gonna lie to you. But like, I remember all the stuff that they were doing was freaking gnarly. And you're just trying to convince me that they just go work for Damage Control? I understand how they explain it throughout the movie, but I'm sorry, bro. They would not just go work for these people. Like, what are we doing? And don't get me wrong, that final battle with them was really, really cool. But it should not have been the final battle, bro. You know, I just broed you, I'm sorry. But the Hand being the final fight was stupid in my opinion. I think we should have had the final fight be with Scorpion or something like that, because he was in this movie and I wanted to see that, bro. Why do I keep saying bro? I do love the...
Are you Peter Parker or are you Spider-Man?
I'm both.
Like, that was dope. Also, another little gripe with the movie. Why have we not seen this suit absolutely ripped to shreds, bro? Like, give me the half mask, give him the battle damage. Bro, just, oh my lord. They haven't done that since the Tobey movies, actually. Suits have not been torn up like that. And that pisses me off. There's a few minor gripes I have with this movie. Like, Peter's spider sense seems maybe a little off in here, but... whatever, that wasn't a big issue for me here, except for when he just watched an old man get ran over by a car and could have easily just... But, whatever. I do kind of wish that he was a little more Spider-Man-y, if that makes sense. Like, I don't like how he's walking up through Damage Control and walking up. Bro, if you're gonna go see him and you have a meeting, you're Spider-Man, bro. Web up there, knock on that window. It's just... Alright, this is some nitpicky ass stuff, guys. I'm not going to bore you with that. But I do wish we saw some of that. That would have been cool. And once again, this movie had a lot of heart, and I genuinely really enjoyed it. The Punisher is great. The battle with the Hulk was some of the best stuff in this movie. Like, that second act, like, battle was so good. I love that fight in Damage Control. I wouldn't change a bit about that. I can't lie. That was phenomenal. I loved the Hulk's inclusion here. And like, the overall message was fantastic. I can't lie. I do love how you don't have to do this alone. You shouldn't do this alone. And you need to get out there and not be alone. I said alone way too many times. This movie was miles ahead of the Homecoming trilogy. I don't like that trilogy, but I think with a little bit better execution towards some of these story elements like the villain and whatnot, that this has a chance of being one of the best Spider-Man movies ever, including the animated ones, because there's a lot to love here. It has a lot of heart. That scene with the kid at the end is phenomenal. Love it. There's a bunch of beautiful shots. The cinematography in this is miles better. Thank you, Daniel Creston. Is that his name?
So much LARP. It's a crime.
Oh my god, how am I forgetting this, bro? Anyway, thank you to this director for frickin' shoving John Watts aside and throwing him in the frickin' garbage, because frick that guy. He messed up Spider-Man, in my opinion, so hard, and I just don't know what he was doing for 3 whole movies, bro, because this is what I've been wanting to see from Tom Holland's Spider-Man since the beginning, and it was phenomenal, and yeah. If you guys haven't, go check out my letterbox here. You can check out my other socials as well. They'll be in the link in the description. Thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate it. If you want more Spider-Man news, comic book news, I'm going to start posting a lot more, I think. So, yeah, stay tuned for that, guys. Thank you, and